ARLA officials received a lot of criticism after the Lake Afton race, which was, without any argument, a complete disaster. The lack of penalties from that race have led some people to believe that the series encourages sloppy driving, and in response to that, officials said that they would start cracking down on reckless driving, and they certainly followed through on that, slapping Ronald Porter with a suspension after Porter caused an extremely avoidable accident in the qualifying race. To add insult to injury, Porter was then fired from his 45 ride at European Domination. Ansgar Clemens has been confirmed to take over the 45 car, starting with race 21. Let's get this thing started. Round 20 of the ARLA Elite Series would take place at the Joliet Speedway in Illinois. The Smash Beer Pole Award would go to Michael White in car number 0. Starting on White's outside would be Jeb Klinger, who had a fantastic qualifying run despite being 75 years old. White gets a good jump and leads the field into the first corner. Antonio Cristani and Olivier Martinez would also have good qualifying runs, starting 7th and 8th respectively. However, Cristani is in a better position to move up a few spots since he started on the inside. Cody Richards in the 53 is going to try to make it 3 wide going into turn 3. He almost slides into Mike Andrews, who wisely settles behind CJ Zhao and avoids a disaster. Back up front, Leslie Riggs is able to get around her sister Allie for the lead with the help of Antonio Cristani in the 48, and she pulls out to a lead of a few car lengths. Behind the leaders, we have a few guys going 3 wide. Bixby Foot, the qualifying race winner, going 3 wide with Kurt Walker and Allie Riggs, and then he goes 3 wide with Liz Hebert and Antonio Cristani, and then we've got Alex Carson and Leigh Gurel going 3 wide with these guys as well. ARLA officials warned all the drivers over the radio to just be aware of what they were doing, especially this early in the race. However, in tight situations such as these, the drivers seem to have been pretty respectful of each other today. Bixby Foot would break away from the pack, chase down Leslie Riggs, and make a move for the lead. However, they're pretty far ahead of the rest of the pack, so Riggs isn't exactly in danger of being freight trained. Riggs is going to slip back in behind Foot, and coming into turn 1, Foot isn't able to get his car back to the bottom, so Riggs gets the run on him and takes the lead back. This would open the door for the rest of the field, being led by Chris Johaanes. He gets by Leslie Riggs for the lead. Riggs and Johaanes were tied for the points lead coming into the season finale last year. Speaking of the points lead, Hinata Hyuga had a 30-point lead coming into this race. However, she qualified towards the back and was staying there in the early stages of the race. Her points rival, Alex Carson in the 8, on the other hand, would be at the opposite end of the field. However, he is stuck on the outside line at the moment, so he's not going to be able to move forward at this point. Andy Pearson is going to make a move for the lead on DJ Daniels, who has arguably been one of the strongest teams in recent weeks. Ever since Phoenix, he has consistently been qualifying up towards the front, and unless something happens to him during the race, he usually stays there. Tristan Roberts would then see an opportunity and get by Pearson for the lead. Roberts has been in this series for a while and has yet to win a race. His team, Last Lap Motorsports, is moving down to the ARLA Thunder trucks after this season because of budget issues. Leslie Riggs would show that she had one of the strongest cars of the day and made another run for the lead. Here you see Jason Bates following her on the inside line. Bates himself would then make a run for the lead. Like Tristan Roberts, Bates has failed to win a race in this series despite driving for many years. However, he came very close to victory during the 2008 season. The closest he came was at the nearby Aurora Speedrome. He got passed by Robert Truex with 2 laps to go. Here comes Laura Cyrus to spoil the 51's fun. Just before the race, it was announced that Cyrus would take over the Ken Groves 78 car next season after Marcus Leonard leaves that team. She normally runs around 15th to 25th, but today she was running up front trying to impress her future boss. Another guy having a good run would be Shane Lake in the 12. He struggles to qualify for races and usually doesn't run up towards the front, however this week would be different. He was running just outside the top 10 at this point and was showing no signs of slowing down. Bixby Foot seems to be a little bit impatient in his charge back towards the front. He slides up the track, going 3 wide with Ryan Baldwell and Antonio Cristani, and 3 make contact. officials gave him a warning since there are still many laps to go. This didn't seem to rattle Ryan Baldwell, as he was able to catch up to Tristan Roberts and get by him for the lead, followed by the Sierra Motorsports cars of Mike Andrews and Vinny Enzo coming back from his one-race suspension. Andrews would get the lead, but he would be quickly overpowered by Bigsby Foot. And look who's following the 14 on the inside line, Tristan Roberts, who quickly slipped back in line and is now looking to take the lead once again. Here comes Laura Cyrus once again, showing that her trip to the front earlier in the race was no fluke. She would be helped by Mario Franchetti, whose hood you can see behind the 42. For the second week in a row, Scott Hamilton would be running up towards the front. Then again, this isn't really a surprise. Whenever Hamilton isn't wrecking, usually not by his own doing, he runs quite well. Bobby Porteau, the Phoenix winner, would break away from the pack and reel in Laura Cyrus. There you see Mario Franchetti in third, Mike Andrews in fourth, and Scott Hamilton getting a run on Bigsby Foot for fifth. However, Cyrus would not go down without a fight. She quickly slipped back in line, got by Mario Franchetti for a second, and then took the lead back from Bobby Porteau with the help of Scott Hamilton in the 74. In the closing laps of the race, Scott Hamilton finally got a run at the lead. You see, Mario Franchetti almost gets into the 42 of Laura Cyrus. Franchetti, the 2001 Series champion, would then get around Scott Hamilton to take the lead for himself. However, he is not able to get his car to the bottom of the track, and this opens the door for Alex Carson. And then, with 3 laps to go, Cody Richards gets a run on Scott Hamilton for second, giving Alex Carson just the cushion he needs to sail on to his second career ARLA Elite Series victory. His first came in his rookie season, 2007, at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Oh, did you notice something about this race? No yellow flags. It looks like the officials got through to the drivers, and they put on a clean show for once. Results and points can be seen in the ARLA section of the EFR forums.